Welcome back everyone to France in the Cold War. And by the way, this song is awesome, Nuclear. But you might not hear it because I'm gonna put my own music over this. So yeah, that would be pretty good. Just an update. A few months later, Laos has declared independence for their focus tree. They took greater autonomy, their Euro independence, and established the Royal Lao Army. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with them eventually. With Soviet support, no less. How dare they? And another thing that's happened is that Iraq has declared war, the Islamic Republic has declared war on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And yeah, they've got some, Iraq has got some pretty good troops, like they've actually got tanks and stuff, so I feel like they stand a relatively decent chance of, you know, actually destroying Saudi Arabia, but I'm gonna keep you updated because obviously I'm not just gonna watch everything. But yeah, I'm gonna watch with, like, on camera, but I am gonna watch, you know, with fog of war turned off. And yeah, Saudi Arabia only has infantry, and they do not appear to have anti-tank, so looks like the Iraqi panzers or something. I'm not sure. What kind of tanks will be these? Who gave them those? Oh, they've got 12 factories, so they might have made them themselves. Yeah, they've got all the economy, traditionalist values, yeah. It's kind of sad. Oh, actually, I can see what tanks they have. Oh no, they're just generic. That's sad. That's sad. But yeah, the Iraqi panzers, or, you know, because, like, what's kind of funny is that, for example, Syria and Egypt during the Israeli-Arab wars at the beginning did use a lot of military surplus coming from Eastern Europe, and part of that was actually apparently panzer tanks, because, you know, like from Czechoslovakia and stuff, like they had captured some panzers, and so they just had those. What are they petitioning the Soviets for? Carpathia. Oh wow. Okay. Never mind. So yeah, it looks like the Iraqis will win, and I'll be leaving you for now. So yeah, see you soon. It is time, good Frenchman. It is time to reclaim the Empire. Sound the Marseillaise and attack. So now we actually have the war goals, and just to make it a little bit more difficult, I will declare on everyone. I don't think this should have particularly bad repercussions. I mean, it will, but I'm talking about, like, you know, major world wars. What do you mean this order belongs to a different army? Jesus Christ. Oh, no, 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 no. Because I want to use you and you, but I do not want to use this order because I have paratroopers set to invade down here, so that we can, you know, get some extra damage done. I have a couple of my carriers, the British ones, because France did have some British carriers left over from the Second World War. It's just a couple of shitty carriers there, you know, 40 planes. Then my other carrier is doing naval superiority, but I don't think it needs to because, yeah, they've got like one ship. So this fleet is here to act as a kind of shore bombardment, even though it isn't. I put all my carrier CAS in here, so I do have some CAS and some air superiority over the Levant, which otherwise I cannot reach. But this Escadron de Transport can reach the Levant from Tunisia, so I can actually get some paratroopers there. In the meantime, the war in the Crescent is not going that well for Iraq, but they are inflicting heavy casualties on the Saudis. Also, another thing I can do is, since the Laotian traitors have decided to go against us, we can declare on them too. So yeah. Jesus Christ. Alright, here we are. And that merges the wars, so that's pretty good. Are you departing? No, you're not, because for some reason you're just not called into it. There we go. So now you two are going. We've got that set up, and yes, we're gonna send our troops to do their job. We're gonna take Vientiane and all of that. There we go. Come up. You come over. That should be enough. I'm also training the Indo-Chinese armies, which is making them into a relatively effective fighting force, actually. Because apparently Vietnam has a really strong economy. So they've got 26 factories just right off the bat, which is more military factories than I do, which means that they do have quite the militarization ongoing. And they're a useful little puppet. There we are. So our troops should be heading across the Mediterranean as we speak. They are. Here's their one ship. Oh no, it's their convoys. Never mind. Looks like our submarines are fighting some Lebanese convoys. Now we are invading both Lebanon and Syria. And yeah, that's just to make it a little bit more spicy. They do have troops in Beirut, but that's where my infantry is going. That's just to keep them there. Then I also have another invasion that's actually going to do the job with Marines and tanks into Sudan. So that hopefully is going to be good. Do we have air superiority? We do. 56 close air supports, you know, not the biggest contingent ever, but still useful enough. And yeah, we can hire these very expensive ones, but unfortunately not. And there goes Laos. Puppet. Excellent. So the Republic of Laos was puppeted, and there we are. Now they're a little puppet. So, decolonization, not on my watch. Not on my watch. So he's dead. And here we have reached Beirut, and surprisingly that's green. It's most likely just because of my aircraft also being in the fight. Also, these are 40 whiff divisions, so yeah, that's pretty good. And then the other one down to the south is an easy enough win. What we shall also do now is we shall activate the paradrop. Get behind them. Oh, they do have troops here. That was not expected. So there goes my paratroopers. I hate paratroopers sometimes. Anyway, what is that going to Tripoli? Oh, no. That's just the useless dead paradrop. My goodness. Anyway, now is just time to get our troops ashore and destroy the rest of these guys. Oh wow, Damascus is actually unprotected as well. So yeah. So our armor can just get in there, overrun those enemies. There we are. That's pretty good. No, we're not going to produce the gas. Not yet. So the artillery, yeah, let's do some heavy mechanized. Let's do some heavy mechanized. We've also got war goals on Cambodia and Vietnam, but obviously we do not need those yet because they still are our little colonies. And there we go. The Syrian infantry are trying to defeat me, but it's just not good enough for them. There is an air base here. Excellent. So apparently the state of Vietnam decided to send 600 fighters there. There we go. We're advancing even without our reinforcements, but when our reinforcements arrive, it's going to be even better. Alright, so the Ra has been surrounded, so now we can reduce this pocket. There we go. Those Syrian tanks are no match for the glorious French armor. And wow, Halib bin Fuad is... he's got an interesting portrait. Yeah, poor Syrian army is being destroyed. There we go. They're dead. Now we can... Yeah, we've got all of our reinforcements now, and this should mean the end of them. There goes their destroyer. And yet more reinforcements coming in. Alright, when we've got everyone set up and ready, we can begin the great advance. I'm gonna try to get to Latakia. So that we can isolate whatever is left of Lebanon into the Mediterranean, and actually we can get to Aleppo and maybe capitulate the Syrian Republic. In the meantime, we are going to make a secondary advance down to the south to get these Syrian troops distracted. And go to Deir ez-Zor. There goes. Aleppo taken. As a famous French politician said, Aleppo, what's that? And there we go. So that last Lebanese armies are going to be pushed to the sea. There goes Lebanon. They're now our little puppet. And they switch sides. Excellent. Lebanese Republic was puppeted. And now Syria, we just need to get to Hasaka, which is their last capital in the Kurdish regions. Should be good enough. Look at that armor division go, just smashing through free enemy units. And then we take Raqqa, obviously ISIS's capital. And Syria is done. Excellent. So the Syrian Republic is now back to France. I wish that they had maybe some like unique flags or something, but I guess that kind of can represent them just being, whatchamacallit, them just being puppeted, you know. And there we are. So that's the first phase of decolonization done and dealt with. We're taking Preserve the Empire. So yeah, our situation is pretty good. After this, we can finally finish this reconstruction tree. Still got the war goals on Vietnam and Cambodia in case they decide that, you know, perhaps independence is a good idea for them, and they do have these options down in the focus tree. Vietnam, I'm pretty sure, also has some, yeah, they've got some stuff there too. Preserve the Empire. So the Empire is preserved for now. Excellent. And yeah, just, I guess now the whole thing I need to do is trudge on. Okay. Yeah, man, look at that Vietnamese army. It's something else. The war over here seems to have turned once again in the favor of the Iraqis. Their units are quite exhausted, but much, much more exhausted on the Saudi Arabian side. Unfortunately, we cannot send volunteer forces because of 39% rural tension. I think that you need 50% with these guys too. No. Guarantee tension limit, take states cost, annex cost. Apparently we just cannot send volunteer forces, which is just a big shame. A very big shame, actually. Okay, these are actual our troops. 15th Olympiad. Didn't even see where that was. Yeah, anyway. You've got a core of that. But, I mean, Turkey's something else, you know. one thing it is to invade Lebanon and Syria, one thing it is to invade Turkey. Iraq's threat, though, cannot really be underestimated. They are supporting radical Shia in all their neighbors, and they do have that focus tree. They've got Shia Crescent at the end. They gain annex war goals against some people that we own, so we are going to need to be kind of careful with what the Islamic Republic does. And yeah, if they try to get too uppity, we're going to have to take them down, obviously. They are a threat to the stability of the region. And what else is going on in the world? Nothing particularly strange, I don't think. Soon enough, we're going to have the elections in Italy. And maybe Germany? And Germany is not doing any... Yeah, Germany is going to have elections soon. So the danger of the left wing of Germany taking over doesn't seem like it's going to be realized, which is, of course, quite good. Czechoslovakia did get Carpathia in the end. And no one is releasing Austria, man. Poor Austria. What did it do to you? Poor Austria. Anyway. Still looking at this decision with salivating. And, yeah, we still got these mercenaries that we can recruit, but, you know, not yet. Yeah. Also, the Republic of Laos being puppeted does kind of unfortunately break with the awesome tone that was around there. You know, I think if I, like, annex them and release them, it's gonna have unique tags. Like, maybe if I annex them, then it's gonna release the colony tags, but nah, didn't want to go for that. People's United Provinces. That's something. Seems like they've gone with the total left-wing route. The Molotov Plan. They have accepted the Molotov Plan, and now, well, yeah, seems like they have been taken over by the Dutch Communist Party, or whatever it is. Communist Party of the Netherlands. So we've got communism right in the middle of Europe. Thankfully, Belgium is still sticking to the right path. Anyway, Marshall Plan. There we go. So we accept the Marshall Plan, which is, of course, going to be really good. Further American aid, also going to be really good. And at the end, we get les... I do not know how to say 30 in French, glorieuses, which is like the period between 1950... Not really 1950, more like... Yeah, like end of 1940s to end of 1970s. The 30 glorious years, as it was... I believe defined by a French historian, although it was actually done so quite ironically if you actually read what he meant. I don't remember the name of the historian, but that's beside the point. It's essentially the years of the Great Reconstruction. Damn, these guys are veterans, because these were the Wehrmacht veterans. I really wish that they had, like, unique names. You know, these are like the Wehrmacht veterans. But nah. Yeah, these guys actually have different veterancy levels depending on what you know, what they are. So if we recruit these Italian veterans, they are veteran. But if we recruit from Algeria, perhaps, oh no, they're still elite. That is pretty sad. I was pretty damn sure that some of these were not veteran when they spawned, but apparently they are. And yeah, so that was the whole reconstruction and economic boom of the post-war period, and it lasts, yeah, about 30 years for France, for Italy, for Germany. Also called the economic miracle in some places, also called the economic boom, for example, in Italy. And yeah, it just essentially completed process of modernization in Italy, industrialization and urbanization, because before, obviously, during World War II, it was a partially industrial country. For France, obviously, it just accentuated what was already like the state of affairs, you know, France being a very modern country in terms of the economy, and also, I believe, it is, you know, one of the first, like for France, these 30 years are like the first ones where you actually have some big, you know, immigration to France, where France becomes like an immigrant importing country rather than exporting country. Oh wow, looks like the Arabs, well, the Saudis got encircled, and Medina has fallen to the Shiites. Mecca might follow. Mecca is actually the capital. No, it's not the capital, never mind. Saw that icon wrong, but yeah, it seems like the Saudis will lose out eventually in this war. This war has costed many lives, actually. 56,000 and 281,000, and that's just military deaths. Obviously, the civilian deaths are likely to be even more, as this is a war with some pretty nasty ideologies involved. I'm guessing that these people do not really care if they have to murder a bunch of people. Oh, that's actually in Africa. They have to murder a bunch of people to get their way. Anyway, yeah, we're just getting our Indo-Chinese armies into shape. Thanks to French training and support, the Indo-Chinese are becoming a formidable fighting force, which is obviously quite great. Not going to be quite so great when they break free from us and we need to take them over again. Anyway, I will leave you now, and I'll be coming back whenever something else is happening. Well, looks like Iraq did kind of destroy themselves, because they did take out Saudi Arabia, and so they decided to declare war on Oman, because I guess they had a war goal on them. Yeah, they've got a war goal on Oman and Yemen from that. However, the problem is they declared war on Oman, who is guaranteed by the United Kingdom. So they've just brought the United Kingdom in against them. Yeah, this does not seem like such a great idea now, does it? They're probably gonna actually... like, they're probably gonna take over... this is not Britain anymore. It is a protectorate of Great Britain, though. Like, they're probably just gonna take over Oman really quickly. Hopefully they don't declare war on Yemen and bring their downfall even quicker. And they might just have enough to defend their shores, but I doubt it, because they're gonna fight the entire Commonwealth. Actually, Pakistan is still a dominion. How the hell? Oh, okay, so they've got the Labour Party. How the hell is Pakistan a dominion? I guess they just never took decolonization things in their focus tree. Lessons from the last war, Indian Ocean Navy. Yeah, political reforms. Maybe yeah, becomes free. Yep, becomes free. Well, okay. So they're not free. And yeah, it seems like Iraq has decided to fuck themselves over. So yeah, soon there's going to be more elections coming around. We are finishing the autoroute. Route départementale. I wonder when the Algerian crisis is. I don't exactly remember from history. Also, the Suez crisis might happen soon. What else of interest? Oh man, look at all these British divisions and ships just running around. What else is of interest? Well, Qatar Protectorate has capitulated. So the first victim has been slaughtered by the Iraqi Shia juggernaut. Region-wide industrial integration. No need for that yet. So the first victim has been slaughtered. The second one on the chopping block seems to be Oman. And across the strait to Eritrea and Sudan, the Commonwealth forces gather for the invasion. Kuwait, there is Iraqi tanks moving to Kuwait who are getting attacked by a Omani police division that is trying to naval invade. Man, this mod does actually have quite a lot of interesting things happening in it. Anyway, the only reason Kuwait is saved is that they haven't been called into the war yet. And Yeah, when they do. Well, nationalization of the Suez. Well, speaking of that. So after rising tensions with Britain, Egypt has unilaterally nationalized and seized the Suez Canal. Britain does not want to start a war and is seeking other countries to condemn them diplomatically as well. So issue a diplomatic condemnation. This is going to be relatively important soon. So yeah, I'm going to skip ahead to when it becomes important. And ooh, Cyprus has been reclaimed by the Byzantine Empire. Jesus Christ. So, since there isn't really much happening and the Suez crisis is not really escalating so far, I will leave you, actually, and end the video. Hopefully in the next one, the Suez crisis, will actually kick off and something will happen. And, yeah, there's more things happening around the world that I will not show. Maybe you, if you're sharp-eyed, you're taking a glance and seeing those. Also, the Great Islamic Republic of Iraq, my boy, is getting support from PRC. So they're actually pushing the Commonwealth back to Aden. They have taken out Oman. And yeah, so it seems like they are going to somehow hold on. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to hold on forever, but hey, they're putting up a good show for themselves, 16k losses, but they're inflicting more than they're losing, and of course they've also destroyed Oman. So yeah, good on them, I guess. Good on also you guys for joining. Sign off for now. Hope you'll enjoy some more episodes soon, and I hope you'll join me soon. So have a good day.